Hey everyone, this is David Troyer. I'm doing this video today to go along with a call-in and webinar or screen sharing I did last night. And we had some technical difficulties. I know some of you got kicked off more than once. And also, even though I recorded the audio portion, it doesn't record the on-screen material. And you really need to see this. We're talking about how to get free leads, hundreds of free leads. I've gotten hundreds of free leads this way, and that is by using Craigslist. And you could use Craigslist to post an ad for anything, to promote your product, your business, just anything you want, and get free leads. But there are some things you need to know, especially if you're new and you haven't done it. Hopefully this will be helpful to you. One thing about Craigslist is always changing. You just never know exactly what might work and what won't, and even what worked one day might not work the next day. I've just been totally surprised sometimes about what ads I'm able to post and what ones they won't post. Sometimes they'll say, here's a link and here's your ad, but it's actually what they call ghosted. Goes into an area where nobody ever sees it. And unless you actually go into Craigslist and click on that city in the section you posted in and look, you'll not know whether it's actually there. They like to keep you to your local area, and they verify accounts through phones. We can't get into all those details today, but I'll share with you some things. Some people use a proxy server that hides your IP address and maybe allows you to post outside of your local area. I'll show you that. Also, some people say you need to clear your cookies and your cache and your history off your computer. So in Firefox here, I'm going to show you this. You go to Options here and over to Options again. And you come down here, it says Clear Your Recent History. So we'd click on that, and it would list all these things, and we tell it just to clear that now. We can have it clear that. There are other ways to do it, but this is certainly one way to do that. And then it does it, and you say OK. So we should have cleared our past history, and it seems like Craigslist uses cookies and things to track your ads. Another way is by using a proxy server here, and here's just one of them. Here we can choose one or two links or a single link, and I'm going to choose two and then start the surf, finding Craigslist, and it says I've got to click up here to do that manually. I'll do that. It'll take it a while. It may bring it up, and sometimes it doesn't work and I have to start that portion over again, but hopefully that will work in just a little bit. If you've not ever posted on Craigslist, there are two types of ads you can post on Craigslist. You can post what's called a text ad, where you just write in text and say what you want to say, or you can put an image, a picture in, and you can have it clickable so that when somebody clicks on the picture, then it takes them where you want them to go. Okay, so it did bring up Craigslist, and so we have that here, and I'm going to try to scroll around here to get where I want to get to, if it will allow me to do that. Okay. Well, you may not be able to see it, but I'm going to go down here. You can see Texas there, and you can only see the beginning of that. The screen isn't large enough, but I live in East Texas, so I could choose Tyler, East Texas, or there's Deep East Texas, which is further south. Sometimes they'll let me post in Shreveport. There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason sometimes of where to let me post, depending on what email address I'm using. But I'm going to try Deep East Texas, and I'm going to click on that and see if we can post an ad in Deep East Texas. It takes a little longer to bring up with everything we're doing here. and then you have to choose something. We might be able to choose jobs like sales jobs. By the way, I'm going to be posting in my Empower Network for Empower Network. If you're not familiar with Empower Network, you really should get acquainted with it. And if you've acquainted with it but not gotten started, you really should do that. As I told you in the audio last night, I came to the realization that this was the way that I had really made my money. Made thousands of dollars with Empower Network, then got kind of shiny program syndrome where I thought, well, maybe some other program would work better or do this or that. When I was having a little difficulty with getting some paid advertising to work for me. But none of that worked any better. And finally realized that I could do a whole lot better with Empower Network, and especially if I followed the plan more closely. So I'm trying to do that. So if you've not gotten involved with Empower Network, but you know what it's about, then here's a link. Well, it just messed up on me. Let's go back down here. Highlighted too much. Okay, want to highlight just as one line here. That is the link you need to use to join, and of course that is my ID there, and I would appreciate it if you'd use that if you're listening to that, just like you would appreciate if you were promoting something that somebody would use your link. After all, that's how everyone that does online marketing makes any money, is by others using the links and purchasing things from them. And if you're not familiar with Empower Network and you need to look at it a little bit better, then here is where to go. And I'll also try to post these maybe on my YouTube video or something that I do, and put those there for you. So those are the links that you could use. Check out Empower Network. Use it. For $25 a month, you get an already set up for you blogging system that would just take you hours and hours and hours of time to do on your own, and frustration and work that you maybe would never accomplish. Certainly not as good as is done here for you. And if you don't understand how blogging works, then join Empower Network. At least give it a try, and you'll learn and see how it does work. Okay, I'm going to go back up here and pull this down and just explain a few things. We might post under sales jobs for Empower Network. It's not exactly like a job, but it is involving sales, and it's as close as we could get in that area. And many people are doing it like a job and making a lot more money than they would at a job. We might even do it in services, small biz ads. We could post one up there. Some people do gigs and computer. You might even do writing if you're talking about blogging. So whatever you're promoting, look at what area might fit the best and use that section. I'm going to do an ad here in sales. So I'm going to choose that. Give it a little while. It's a little bit slower today with our demonstration here, but eventually that should bring up what we need. Okay, there we go. And I know you can't see this, but over here, about here, over on the right, there's a place that says Post. Just need to click that, and it will bring us to the section to choose how we're going to post here. So that will come up. You can see the other ads here people have put in, and so here we are at the screen we need, and go down, and I'm going to choose sales jobs. Tick that right there. Okay, the internal server encountered an error. Maybe we got kicked off. Let me see if I can figure this out. No, it doesn't look like that. Alright, let's go back. Let's try that again. I am not sure what happened. Let me try going back and refreshing. Technology is wonderful, and it always likes to mess up whenever you are trying to do something like this. If this doesn't work, I will pause this and try to correct it. Let's try that once again. Same thing. Okay, let me pause this recording and see if I can fix it. Okay, I'm back again. Had to just restart there, enter in Craigslist again and restart. Okay, so when you get this up here, we're ready to post, and you can see it says Deep East Texas Craigslist Jobs, Sales Jobs. Post your title and specific location, email in twice, leave this alone, and here is our posting description. Now I had some things in Notepad. I use Notepad quite a bit to put all sorts of things in during the day, and then when I'm done with it, I take it out. By the way, while I'm here, if you'd like to connect with me on Facebook, right here is my profile page. There, David Troyer 9. There's more than one David Troyer out there. And then if you want to connect with my business page, where I put things like Empower Network and different things I'm involved in, there it is, David A. Troyer. I'd be happy to connect with you or accept a friend request from you. But now I want to go up here, and I have an old ad here. This is an image ad. I think I said you can do a text ad or an image ad. Control C copies something. So we're going to use that, and then Control V pastes it in there. The reason I copy and paste this in here is because for some strange reason, I don't know if it's something about Craigslist or something I'm doing wrong, but I've checked so much I can't figure out anything. But if I just type this in, sometimes even though I have it exactly the same way, it wouldn't do it. It wouldn't post my ad. It would say something was wrong. So what I do is I use this, and then I just copy in what I want here. So let's look at this. This is an image ad, and there are different sections of this that can be really confusing if you don't know what's going on. But let me show you this. At the beginning of an image ad, you must have this right here. Okay, see that? The less than sign, A, space, href equals. Okay, and then in quotes we have where we want. That's not going to work. We have in quotes here where we want people to go when they click on our ad. That's in quotes there. Okay, so that's one part of it. This right here, this rel equals no follow, you don't have to have that in. That just tells the search engines not to follow through on every link they find, and some people have had that in their ad. I don't really know whether it makes any difference or not. I've done them with or without, but I have it in there, and I'm just going to leave it in there. But you wouldn't have to have that in there. You could have just this greater sign right after that. And then here is the next section of an image ad well, let me explain this part. You have then this part of the less than sign, img for image, src equals, okay? And then again in the quotes we have here where the picture is found online, and you have to have an image somewhere online. If you notice, I'm using PhotoBucket here. Okay, PhotoBucket is free. You can set up an account in PhotoBucket, upload an image to it, and then get this link. I'm going to go there. Here is PhotoBucket, and when that comes up, you'll see I have various images here. Let's see, that's messed up a little bit. I might have to sign in here.